back to Greenlands, and we have a bit of a mixed bag today. There's pretty much nothing to do on the farm crops wise. So first thing I'm going to do is stick a generator in, 85 grand. This is from the modular BGA pack. Gives you double value for electricity and 1.5 times for methane. But compared to my mini BGA, it's really slow to process. I'll have a look at that in a bit. But basically we've got a lot of silage to sell, so I thought I'd put one of those in, make a bit more money. We're going to get the biomass heating plant loaded up now, and this is kind of a slow burn ticking income. I don't know how long the pile of wood chips we've got is going to last, and whether it will last until the poplar's ready. I'm going to go with not, because the poplar is so slow to grow, which is probably why they are so unpopular. I'm sorry, I can't resist making that joke every single time. So I'm just trying to remember where I left the ARX. Yes, I'm old and forgetful. Because we're going to use this to cart the silage, because we're going to use the big crone trailer that we've got. I don't think I've used this since we did maize silage. I might have used it for carting grain, but I don't think so. I don't think we've used it since we did the maize silage. So I'm going to put about 500 to 600,000 litres through the BGA, I think. We'll keep about 500,000 litres for now. We've got a couple 100,000 in the bunker still, so I think we're good from that point of view. And we're going to tip some in here. My original plan was then to tip some in to the fermenting silos we have next to us, but they won't take silage as an input. They'll only have it as an output, so that was kind of frustrating. Because that means we're going to have to sit and tip into the BGA basically. But hey, you know, hey silage, hey silage. It's yeah. There you see it. Silage not accepted. So we're just going to have to keep tipping it into the bunker. We don't have a lot to do at the moment until I have a bit of a brainwave later on. So we do get busier later on. What I just want to show you here is the difference between the BGA and the generator. So the BGA will produce about 1.8 million litres of electricity a month. 1.8 million litres of electricity a month just from processing crops from silage. The generator will sell 140,000 litres of that. So if you're using either of my BGAs or multiple BGAs with the generators, you need a lot of them. I think it was about 14 to keep up with the mini BGA, and if you've got both, I think it was some insane number. I did put it on my Discord because Rob, you were asking about it and I got curious. So yeah, I run into the same problem up here. We have a good price on wool, so yeah, about 12 grand on that, and we're getting a nice environmental bonus now. So just clearing out the wool and now running down to the store to pick up the tanks for the ARX that have been sat there for a little while. But we should go and collect them. But yeah, so if you're, and we have another great demand for milk. I think this is, oh no, this is us delivering it up to the dairy, sorry. We did get another great demand for milk. I don't know why there is such a huge demand for milk. I guess we're the only dairy in the area. But this is going to our dairy for chocolate production. But yeah, and I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, we do run into the same problem with multiple BGA, even one BGA, and not enough generators and getting a bottleneck. And one of the things I realized is there is a heck of a lot of grass here that's sitting doing nothing. So we'll come back to that point. But yeah, and we are going to try and put in the industrial BGA as well. But you can see already the BGA is full of electric charge, and it's just now being bottlenecked by the generator. Something we do have is I have digestate set to distributing, so it's going into the fertilizer dryer, and we're getting a lot of fertilizer. And we now have the sell everything point. We can go and manually sell fertilizer, so that is what we're going to go and do. We're going to take a trailer load of fertilizer up to the sell everything point. That, I think fertilizer is worth about 3 grand 1,000 litres, so it's really valuable. It actually sells for more than you can buy it for, I think, which is maybe a bit unbalanced, but you know, it's how the sell point's set up, so we are going to make use of it. So we've got 26,000 litres. I'm not sure this is how you transport nitrogen based fertilizer, but you know, we got away with it. No coppers about, so let's get that sold and see how much we get for that. £77,000 and nearly £6,000 environmental bonus. So we're going to bang another generator in preparation for building our BGA complex down here. We're going to start building generators down there, and we'll get that working. Obviously we've got some sort of power cable hooked up to run everything across. We've got 2 going, and actually we're going to put in another one. So basically I think I spend about 3 game days selling electricity and fertilizer and building generators. I think 3 might be all that we built, because the hope now, we're on the 3rd of June, is can we get the BGA, and we need 250,000 and we've not quite got enough. So then I thought I'll just let a bit of time pass. We're still selling silage, so we've got plenty of silage to sell, and basically we're bottlenecked by the 3 generators we have. So even once I've sold or put all of the silage into the BGA, it's going to take time to process all the electricity and sell it, and the methane. Methane's less of an issue, we don't produce much methane. So I thought I'll just let it run, and I'll find a few jobs to do on the farm. So we've got cows fed, got some TMR mixed, and then I figured we're close to having the second BGA built. So I'll take a load of silage bales down there because it's much bigger and it processes pretty quick. So we're going to load up some silage bales. Yes, they come out pink. Thanks for that, Casa. Really appreciate that. If you're bored and you fancy doing a version that has the bale wrap you made for me in it, then that would be awesome. Anyway, let's go. I might have a look at doing that actually. So that's when I thought we should be mowing this grass. It's just sat there doing nothing. We've got all the little trees growing, and we're going to have to work around those, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of grass. So we've got the Deutz with the mowers on it. We've got the little Massey with the bale wrapper and the T7 and the baler. And we're going to do a big follow me procession basically, because there's no field boundaries up here, because this is just open meadowland. So everything's following the Deutz, which is a bit of a limitation. But we'll see how we get on, and we'll see how many bales we can get off of here. Quick thank you to the patrons, Hilly, Smock and Rob, and also to the YouTube channel members. Smock, still a member, Torian, Driver Chief, Thomas, That Farmson Kid, Greg, Cartec, Alan and Michael. I do appreciate you all supporting the channel. It really does help out, and still surprises me that people want to do that. So yeah, if you are interested in the Patreon, there is a link below. That gets you an exclusive Let's Play and some input to creative input for future series and all that kind of stuff. The benefits are on the website. If you want to join the YouTube channel members, there's a join button there, and I've added a new tier for that. If you're interested, you don't have to. Basically YouTube tells me to do this kind of stuff, so I do it. There for you to use if you want or not, totally up to you. The baler's running a bit slow, so I'm going to slow down the cruise control on the Deutz just so that we can keep everything moving along together. But yeah, I realise this is a really big area. So up here I want to put in the industrial BGA. We're going to need a big bunker silo for the corn and probably a shed. So I thought I'll mow it first. We might as well mow it before we build on it. That seemed sensible to me. Made that mistake on competitive multiplayer where I ploughed in grassland and we lost a bunch of money. So we're going to mow it all, and then I thought, well, I might as well mow everything. So that's pretty much what we're up here doing. We've got a pretty funky purple bale wrap on this month. Basically I like to change the colour of the bale wrap so that if the bales don't go into the bale shed, we can have an idea of which are the older ones, and then we can just focus on selling the older ones. That again, that's the plan. We'll see how that works out. The bale wrapper is missing a few minutes on follow me. I could have set up a custom courseplay field. I'm just trying to get an arty shot here of everything working in a line and actually working quite well. Yes, I could have drawn a custom courseplay field and put the bale wrapper on courseplay. Actually, I think that it's probably got about 80% of the bales. Which I was pretty pleased with actually. It worked surprisingly well. There was one incident which I did not get on camera where the baler and bale wrapper decided to have a bit of a fight and they went flying through the air and got stuck. But I didn't have the camera rolling because I don't record everything and then edit it down. I record the chunks of gameplay that I plan to put in the video. I know some content creators do it differently and they'll record everything and then edit down. The only one I do that on is the competitive multiplayer, because I never know when we're going to start chatting and end up having an hour-long chat. So I tend to leave that running continuously. But videos like this, I record in chunks, and then pretty much everything that I record goes in the video. If you're interested in that, and we're almost done. So we're having to leave some bits because of the trees that we've got growing. A bit of Daggerwin-inspired agroforestry, I guess. I did want to put more trees in, but actually having seen, and you can just see the sea of bales in front of us, having seen how many bales we can get off of this when we mow it, I'm kind of tempted to not, and keep it as something we can mow and get crop off of, because we really do need to be pushing up how much money we're making, and this will help. This will help a lot, because we don't need any of this silage. This can all be sold. This can all go through the industrial BGA. Yep, that's the plan. And then all of the corn silage that we get off of the mega field, that is all going to go as well. So baling all done. There are some missed bits, but I'm not worried with the scale we've got off of here. We ended up with 140 bales, I think, off of what is effectively land that we were ignoring. We got about the same as we got off of all of our grass fields, and this had no work done to it, and it's precision farming, so I'm kind of curious as to how it's going to behave, because in the precision farming maps it's given me a yield bonus, so I'm wondering if we might try scanning it and fertilizing it. I've never done anything with like meadowland with precision farming really on this scale. So maybe when we get a chance we'll have a look at that. The next video we should be into harvesting, but yeah, I'm kind of tempted to get the crop scanner out, or the soil sample, sorry, and see if we can soil sample this and then fertilize it, because that would give us even more. And yeah, we can just leave the trees to grow and we can work around them. So that's everything done, mowing and wrapping wise, I think. So I'm going to unload the bales that I brought up with me, and we're going to clear off this bottom area, which is going to become our kind of satellite yard, really focused around the BGA. Obviously we've got the generators we've put in up here behind the sugar mill. I'll probably be putting more in as well. They're expensive, but I think they pay for themselves pretty quickly, particularly if we can process. I don't want to be bottlenecked, because you know we've got a lot of silage off here. We've got one more silage cut to do this year. We'll do a hay cut as well. Right, let's build the BGA. £250,000. I'm not sure why it didn't paint the terrain. It should have, I think. I should know. This is my mod. And this is a if you've not seen this one, so it's like the mini BGA. It's really fast, but it also has a lot more capacity. And the difference it has, which is putting a roadway in as well, is that it has a couple of combination recipes, so you can process silage and slurry together, or straw and slurry together, and you get a much better return than just processing either of them separately. So we're going to unload the silage bales, go in nice and easy. So yeah, 180,000, and we've got loads of space. I think it holds 500,000 litres as well, so it holds a lot more. But yeah, we can, if we bring some slurry over, we can then get it processing the silage and slurry together, and we get a bonus, which is cool, because we've got slurry sitting about because we've got cows. Yeah, just the case now of clearing all these bales and getting them stacked up. We need to process some of the silage. Well, basically we need to process the electricity through the generators to raise some cash, because the next step is to put in the big bunker up here that we're going to want for the corn silage. And the plan will be to run auto drive and course play in a moment. Maybe not course play, but definitely auto drive to do this. So we're just grabbing some slurry to take up. Yeah, when the mega field harvest comes in, I may even lease a second forage harvester. We've got the big class, which I think has got a 9-meter header on it, so we'll see. I'll have to have a think about that. Yeah, let's drop this 30,000 litres of slurry off, and this also holds 1 million litres of electric charge, which is cool because it can store a lot and keep processing for longer than the mini BGA. It does cost a lot more. I did weigh up in my head, because it costs about 4 and a bit times as much, whether we just build 4 more mini BGAs. That gives you a lot of processing capability, and probably not quite as much storage. No, definitely not as much storage, particularly for the electric charge, but we could have built a charging station. The other difference with the big BGA, the industrial BGA, is that it will parallel process and the mini BGA doesn't. So if you want to put in manure, silage, straw, potatoes and everything and switch them all on at once, you don't take a hit on the processing speed. So that is kind of a benefit as well. But if you had 5 other BGAs, maybe it didn't matter. I don't know. Oops. So yeah, I accidentally hit reload. So we've got a big mess to tidy up, and then we're pretty much done. So at this point, I'm going to say thanks for watching, folks. I hope you found the video enjoyable. It's a bit random today. If you did, click the like button. If you didn't, click the dislike button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you next time on Greenlands. And you will have spotted there, I missed one bale. It seems every time I miss one bale. Catch you next time.